Hello everyone, Pat Dana MMA back with another DWCS breakdown. You may be asking, Pat, you already did your week 1 breakdown, why are you doing another breakdown this week? Well, Damian Pinas pulled out, so I'm going to be breaking down the replacement fight and his replacement opponent, which was announced the day that I uploaded my first week 1 breakdown. Sorry for that, guys, but I got you here, don't worry. So in this video, we will be breaking down the fight between Baysangur Susurkaev and Murtaza Talha. We're going to get into Susurkaev first because I haven't gotten into him at all. Talha's breakdown is in the other video. We're going to do a quick recap on him, but I'm really going to get into Susurkaev more here. So Susurkaev is 24 years old. He's 8-0 with 7 finishes, 6 in round 1. He fought in Fury FC and ACA. He is Russian, and Chechen Russian to be more specific. And he trains at Killcliff FC. He is one of the Killcliff Russians as well. He is a legit middleweight prospect, Susurkaev. He has fought at 170 back in the past. 2 of his 3 were at welterweight, but he does have 5 wins in under 90 seconds, and he's just an absolute tank. He just runs through all his opponents for the most part, and he's just been an absolute force and one of the better middleweight prospects around. He is super relaxed, he'll showboat, and he's very flexible, very athletic. I've seen him sit there with his leg up above his head while defending a takedown, sitting there punching his opponent in the face. So his athleticism is very big in this fight. Really strong combinations. He punches very well moving forward, quick combinations. He's dangerous with his back against the cage. He could have his opponent pressuring and he'll still be able to catch you with a big shot and put you down. He has a very clean straight right. He's constantly sniping his opponent with it. I don't know how much raw power it has, but the accuracy, the technique, and just how perfect that straight right lands sometimes, I mean, it really does put lights out. Susurkaev also throws a whole lot of uppercuts. He's just constantly throwing the rear uppercut, and it's nasty rear right uppercut. He also has some massive knees. They're great in the clinch. He throws some great jumping knees. I don't even want to call them flying knees. They're like jumping knees. He like jumps into you and throws those knees. And he's finished multiple fights with his knees. I want to say 2 or 3 of his fights. These 2, and then I want to say the Ulu fight as well was the finish there was started by a knee. It was just crazy. 3 fights in a row with 3 big knee KOs. Susurkaev also throws some nasty leg kicks, some really nice teeps to the body that really just push his opponent away constantly. And he throws some spinning kicks as well, but he throws them kind of slow. Like there's good technique there, but he throws those a little slow. I feel like he might be able to get taken down off those if he throws one a bit too lazy at times. And that's the thing with how relaxed he is. You know, he is a bit lazy at times. He does have great technique though, and he strikes just as well from the southpaw, and his accuracy and timing is one of his best traits, I think. He just really lands at the perfect time, in the perfect spot, and knows how to put his opponent down and get them out. Susurkaev has great footwork. He moves in and out of the way from takedowns super well and controls the distance striking constantly. He also has good sprawls and a great whizzer. He's constantly reversing his opponents with that whizzer and using it to defend his takedowns. He's constantly stalking, just great at distance management, and he just drops people with seemingly minimal effort, but that relaxation can hurt him at times defensively. There are times when he's been taken down or even punched clean when he hasn't been expecting it because he's a bit too relaxed in certain situations, but he does have good blocking and head movement otherwise, and he really doesn't get hit clean for the most part. He has some awesome reversals and scrambles off of takedown attempts, and he really can just use his athleticism and flexibility to kind of do some crazy things on the ground. And he has been picked up and dragged down in fights multiple times. In this Shane Sobnowski fight, he was dragged down a couple times in that fight, which really wasn't the best look, but he did immediately reverse one of the times and then got up a couple seconds later the other time. But the way he got dragged down, he got kind of dragged down by his back, and it really wasn't the best look. But he does give up his back a bit too often, and he'll let fighters drag him down kind of from behind. Sobnowski kind of just like pulled him down from behind, which if he lets Talha do that, it's not going to be great. He does control well for short periods though, and transitions to dominant positions pretty easily on his own. His offensive grappling is really solid, and I think he has some clean back takes and just solid ground and pound in general, but he just doesn't show it too often. When he does though, he showed it off in this Ulu fight. It was pretty solid. I think he showed it off in another one of the fights too, a little bit against Sobnowski maybe, but his offensive grappling really isn't bad when he decides to use it. His defensive grappling does have a couple holes in it though, and overall his cardio is okay. His cardio held up fine in the Sobnowski fight. He gassed out Kuchinski and that's the reason he won this fight. So his cardio is fine. And then just to give a refresh on Talha real quick, he is a wrestler. He uses his strikes to set up his takedowns for the most part, but he does have a very powerful overhand, some really powerful uppercuts he likes to use in the clinch. His right hook, straight right, or some other punches he likes to use. He's pretty patient. He doesn't mind being on the back foot himself, but once he gets you down to the ground, it's really, that's his strong point. He has slick back takes, a strong rear naked choke, good arm bars, just a good overall submission game. He'll constantly shoot takedowns and initiate clinches even when stuffed, but his cardio really isn't on the level it needs to be for his style sometimes, and we saw that in his DWCS fight against Rodolfo Bellato, where he gassed out in round 2 after getting his takedown stuffed, and it really just wasn't the best look overall. We did see him gas in that fight against Bellato in the second round after shooting a lot of takedown attempts early. He did throw well in round 1. He definitely won the first round, but he did gas pretty bad once round 2 started and really had nothing to offer and was kind of just getting cooked by Bellato, who probably isn't as skilled pound for pound as Susurkaev, but the weight difference definitely matters because Talha had this fight at 205 pounds. Then he went and fought at middleweight. Oh, my bad, not this fight. He fought at middleweight against Oleg Klimov, who is a flagged by Tapology fighter, beat him 2 years after his DWCS fight, and now he's back on against Susurkaev. It's weird. A lot of his opponents, they have good records, but the level of competition they've fought is actually very unimpressive themselves, and it's just, you know, it's really not, it's almost like he has a padded record of padded record opponents. That's like the best way I could put it. So honestly, in this fight, I'm really looking for a guy who I consider to be one of the better young prospects coming up in Baysangur Susurkaev to take out Murtaza Talha, who is a solid fighter himself, but he's drawing a tough matchup here in Susurkaev. He really is. I think Susurkaev is the goods. I do think he, shout out to Art of MMA, I think he might have a similar style to Izzy a little bit, but he's a very slick striker, and I do think he definitely is one of the better middleweights out there right now, prospect wise. I honestly think he'd beat a lot of guys in the UFC right now as well. So yeah, give me Baysangur Susurkaev here by round 2 KO. I know he has a lot of first round knockouts and then the decision in the second round KO. I'm gonna chalk up the decision a bit to rustiness because that was a over 2-year layoff coming into that fight. And then against Kuchidze, I feel like this fight could play out a lot similar to the fight against Kuchidze, but my only issue is I think Talha is a bit of a better grappler, so I do think he's going to give Susurkaev more trouble with his grappling early. I do think Susurkaev will eventually wear him down no matter what, though. So Baysangur Susurkaev round 2 knockout is my pick, and I do think Susurkaev is a legit talent at middleweight. 24 years old. I can't wait to see what he can do in the UFC. I want to thank all of you for watching my short notice video of DWCS. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check out my week 1 breakdown if you haven't already. The link will be in the comments below, or in my description below, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for watching.